Hey everyone, Bassman Strikes here, coming at you in 4K from southeast Wisconsin. So I want to give a little quick overview of my Falcon 11. I did a bunch of updates to it over the winter, so let's take a look. All right, so one of the first things I did was I added a front camera mount. So let's take a look here. So we've got a pass-through USB dongle right here, and it has a rubber cap. I found these to be a lot better than those USB socket connectors. They just get ruined and rusted. And so the camera mount is a Yak Attack. It goes right there. All right, so the next update I did is I updated the foot steering. We've got Select Design sliders now, adjustable, and they slide and they pull the motor really nice. The other big update, I added the front navigation lights, red and green. And then inside here, we've got the waterproof switches for the front lights and for the 360 rear light. And then the battery that powers the fish finder and the lights is located here. And you can see right there, there's a through hull fitting. And that all goes up to here. Look in here, it's a little messy right now. But I added a small 12-volt fuse box that has the ground. And that hooks up to the battery, which is mounted right there. And then for the battery, we have, this is the one for the motor. And that goes over here to a 50 amp circuit breaker. And it's also tied in with this one, which is for the power pole. And so this one goes back to the motor, and this one goes back to the power pole. And this, I haven't mounted this yet, but it's going to be mounted like right there. This is for the front USB, and this is a 12 volt to 5 volt converter, and it has a little plug, and you can plug in whatever USB cable you want. I got to put a little piece of heat shrink on here to make it waterproof, and then it's good to go. And I glued this on, this fuse box, with E6000 to the hull here, so it's, even if you get a shitload of water in here, it's not gonna affect this. It's up high enough, and it is on there solid. That E6000 is awesome. Highly recommend it. All right, so going back on this side, we've got the Haswing throttle controller right here. So I built this from scratch. This is like a little hobby enclosure box with a nice knob. Then it goes down through a through hull fitting, and it goes back to the motor, which we'll get to in a second here. And the Haswing's a brushless. This thing is like pretty powerful. I took it out for the first time and it was hitting 4.7 with ease, and that was with just guessing on the motor adjustment for the depth in the water. So let's go back here. I redid this motor mount. So what I did is I cut off the bolts for the transom mount, and I sanded it flat, and I attached it to a plate with 3 bolts. And then I added this quick release pin. This also serves as a unlock for the reverse. Right now I have it clinched down with a zip tie for testing. And then we've got our foot steering here. That comes through here, both sides. This works out really well. And that goes up to this Newport Vessels steering triangle. And we have the Haswing 65-pound thrust here. We can also mount a power pole here. And the power pole goes in right here with an Atwood connector. And then for the motor, we've got the potentiometer control. That comes out here through a strain relief. Goes through a hull fitting. This is a 5-pin hull fitting. And that goes up to that throttle I showed you before. This is a Marinco Trolling motor plug. This one works really nice. So you can see I've got the nice corrugated tubing connector gland, and that's adapted to this plug. And this one works really nice. You just plug it in and you turn it to lock, and that's it. For the foot steering, I use these guitar inputs, and they work perfectly for this purpose. So we got one on that side, one on that side. If you look at the profile, they work perfect. You can see I've got the waterline tubing coming through here with a brass insert. Zoom in on that. Yeah, there's like a coating on these. This is Dyneema. And then after you use it a little bit, that stops with that little flaking there. So for these are like for $7 for 2 of them. They work perfect for these steering hull fittings. And then for these, I just riveted them on. If you ever need to take them off, you can just drill the rivets out. And what I did is I riveted them on, then I drilled the hole right here, and then you just pull the tubing through. It's really easy. That's a different video though. So then if we look at this side, this is probably one of the slickest things ever. A guy on Facebook made this for me, David Clark. If you guys want one, go over to the Motorized Kayak Fishing Group and he can make you one. It's like 25 bucks. It's totally worth it. And this goes up to a pull up in the front. And if I need to lift the motor, I can just pull, it unlocks it, and then I can use the foot steering to lift it with my feet, just like that. So I don't need another pull up here. I can just lift it with my feet. It's super, super easy. And so that goes up here and just goes through some stainless steel eye bolts, track mount. And then that's right here. And you just pull this and it unlocks it back there. And then on this side, I've got the fish finder. I didn't have one on here before. And so I just ran that up through a hull fitting right here. This works out great. I like having it next to me here because when you paddle more up here, it kind of stays out of the way, but you kind of have to glance over this way, but it's not a big deal. I really like it in this spot. And we got the usual Yak Attack sidearm paddle holder and the excellent Bassman Strikes bumper sticker, which you can see there. Highly recommend you visit bassmanstrikes.com and check out my videos. So that's pretty much it, folks. Let me know, what do you think? Is this the most advanced Falcon 11 you've seen? With a 65-pound brushless foot steered? Just do another quick walk around here. This is the first warm day we've had in like 2 weeks, and it's not even that warm. It's like 45, but the sun actually came out, so this is the nicest day we've had in a while. So I figured I'd do this little quick video for you. I really like this little kayak, especially with the motor. It really scoots. I should be able to hit 5 miles an hour on a nice calm day with no current. All right, well, hope you like it. Thanks for watching Bassman Strikes Kayak Fishing. If you like this video, please click the subscribe and like buttons. If you'd like to be notified of new content, click the bell button. If you have any questions about lures, equipment, etc., please leave a comment. Also, be sure to check out our Facebook page and join our group Black Bass Central. Links will be in the description. We'll see you next time.